Hey everybody, welcome to a new Gunpla review. In this episode, we're going to cover the Silver Bullet from, I want to say, an OVA before Gundam Narrative, because the evolved version of the Silver Bullet's in that, but I can't be for sure. So if you know, drop it in the comments down below. So according to the manual, this is a part of the branch evolution of the Dovin Wolf and the Delta Chi, which I double checked my research, was the Delta Gundam was the non-existent Gundam, not the Gundam Delta Chi. It's just the evolved version of the Delta Chi, which is an existing mobile suit. So that I apologize, but yes, this is apparently the next branch of that fused evolutionary trait. Weird, I know, right? But yeah, so check out, this is one of those weird things that is technically not a Gundam, but has a lot of the features, and by that I mean one major feature of a Gundam, and that being the head, which has the V-fin of a Gundam and the face of a Gundam, if you choose to give it that face. But let's get into the actual review before I go into any other details. So this is the Silver Bullet with everything it comes with. Of course, you see the beam saber, the gun, the shield that's also a cannon, which is cool. Another beam saber. It comes with another set of hands they're all open, expressive hands, so that's always great to have. Extensions for the arms to quote unquote bend over and grab the arm after it fires the gun. At least that's what it did in the Silver Bullet Requiem, it's called, I think. I'm not sure off the top of my head. I believe these are the missiles that go on his back when he's in flight mode, I think. The instructions were weird. I couldn't, that's what I'm assuming they are. Maybe they're energy cannons. Wires for the pseudo quasi Saikamu system and the arms. I'll get to these in a second. Explain the issues with them. And when I said you can choose the face, because you do have a... Hold on, let's get a good shot of this. A Jim / Jesta / Jigen, cliche Earth Federation grunt face. So, much like the Jim Quell and the Hazel, what makes a Gundam? Because this technically, according to the stats, built out of Gundanium alloy, like a Gundam. So it makes you question what's a Gundam and what's not, but that's here nor there. So we have the little claw arms that it's supposed to go in between the arm joint and the elbow, so it can grab it, in case they have to replace the arm, which I thought was pretty cool. And of course, these little pieces here, a bit of view, they're supposed to go into the arm unit itself when you have the wire attached to it, and these go up into the upper arm. The problem with these, the problem with these and this is that the holes are not big enough. Either the wire is too thick or the holes were made too small. So no matter what I did, either the pieces I got were jacked up or not. These wires are now essentially useless, which sucks because they do come with stands right over here that you can put the arms on to do for, dramatic effect. So be careful when you do get the Silver Bullet. Check when you get to that point of building, if you want to check it out, make sure you have like a tiny drill or tiny file or something to get inside those holes, because if you don't, you're not going to get any use of the wires. It's a shame, but it's true. And yes, I'm ignoring the elephant in the room, the giant sheet of freaking stickers. I use the stickers on the face and on the thighs. That's it. Because they literally have you put white stickers on white plastic. I wish I was joking, but the white piece underneath the cockpit right here, that's a sticker on a white piece of plastic. It's a shade lighter, and that's the obnoxious part. It's only a shade lighter than the rest of the white parts in the Gundam. Like here, here. That's just regular white plastic. They actually made you put white stickers on white plastic. I don't get it. So, enough of the venting about the needless stickers on plastic. Let's talk about the articulation on this thing. Due to its bulky armor, it's going to have some posability issues. But there is more articulation on it than I expect. Like in the vents here, this goes up and down. They could have had it stationary, but they didn't, which is cool. And technically you can bend this forward to put these up here, which is awesome. The shoulder armor is very loose, so be careful with that. If I remember correctly, you can't remove the backpack, because there you go. By the way, this is going to be difficult for kit bashing because it doesn't have the cliche Universal Century ports for backpack, so you may just have to use the chest of this thing to make it work, or try to feng shui a new backpack out of the backpack it currently exists. Because, man, that took me a while to learn those tricks. So, yeah. The weird displacement of the hips on this kind of gives it a better advantage when it comes to articulation of the leg. Because the back skirting is just kind of there and doesn't really get affected by it. But the side skirting prevents the leg from going up too high. The ankle has decent rotation, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the legs. This doesn't actually have regular front skirting, it's just one piece of plastic. So, much like the back skirt, it really just kind of doesn't get in the way. But, yeah, so that's as high as it can go with a kick, which is good. Because again, this really is just a thin piece of plastic that doesn't move. And the hips are so far out, you can just go around it basically. The arms have only a 90-degree bend, which sucks. Let's be honest. The rest of the arm can move, 360 up and down, but and that's as high as it goes because of the shoulder. So, like I said, articulate. This is, like I put in my written review, it's kind of a weird bag of contradictions. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the design of the armor. It just seems bulky and like weirdly proportioned, but it does create a very unique silhouette to it, which is very cool. I do like the fact that this shield is also a giant beam rifle, which the flaps go up and that's it. It doesn't. The gun itself comes further out, but you're not going to get much articulation out of it. I think this is, there we go. Yeah, that's it. It goes back, forward, and you can close it up. You're not going to have much articulation out of it. It can go to either arm, which is great. And yeah, really not much other. Oh, yeah, and of course, the thrusters in the back goes up, down. There you go. There's a lot of thrusters on this thing, so I expected in show or in the comic it was moving fairly quickly. That being said, let's just get to the wrap up, and yeah. So all in all, the Silver Bullet is a decent model. I enjoyed the build. It was fairly quick. The wire part really did annoy me, but it didn't really detract from it. I'm not a huge fan of the design, but I do find it very interesting looking. So, and I understand why the Evolve version of this looks the way it does, but honestly, yeah, I really don't have anything negative. I wanted to think of something negative to say about it, but other than the wire part, which is obnoxious and kind of takes away from part of the cool parts of it, that you can like have the arms go out in a cool pose, it really isn't that bad. It's meh. I do like that you can, but if you want to have one of each head, you're gonna have to buy a separate one. So if you want one with the grunt suit face or the Gundam face, you need one of each. That's really, I think, other than the wiring, the major downside. So, yeah, I picked up this dude at our buddies at Galactic Toys. They always have a great sale once in a while, every couple of weeks, and of course they are fairly good with their rotation of new models to get, or hard to find models to get. So if you want to support the channel, check out the link down below. Check out the GoFundMe, the Patreon, and all the other cool stuff. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode. I'm probably going to drop that on Friday. Which it is, I have no idea. I got a bunch of models I need to review anyway. Catch you guys later.